Hello class, in this video I'll be showing you an application of addition and subtraction of matrices. Let's begin. Mr. Anderson owns a video game store. The following matrix gives the number of video game consoles sold in March. Okay, so the problem provides a 2 by 2 matrix, so that's because there are 2 rows and 2 columns. And in March, Mr. Anderson sold 9 new Nintendo Switches. And he sold 20 used PS4s. In April, his new Switch sales decreased by 3, and his new PS4 sales decreased by 25%. His used Switch sales increased by 12.5%, and his used PS4 sales remained steady. Write his sales matrix for April. Okay, so let's take this piece by piece here. His new Switch sales decreased by 3. So in March he sold 9, and that decreased by 3 in April. His new PS4 sales decreased by 25%. So in March, he sold 12, and that decreased by 25% of 12. So that would be 12 times 0.25. His used Switch sales increased by 12.5%. So in March, he sold 16, and that increased by 12%. So that'd be 16 times 0.125. And finally, his used PS4 sales remained steady. So remaining steady means nothing changed, so he sold 20 plus or minus 0, however you want to do that. Okay, so now we can write the sales matrix for April. 9 minus 3 is 6. 12 minus 12 times 0.25 is 9. 16 plus 16 times 0.125 is 18. And 20 plus 0 is 20. And that is the sales matrix for April. All right, part B. Write a matrix that represents the total console sales over the 2-month period. Okay, so here we're going to add the total sales matrix for March to the total sales matrix in April. So the total sales matrix for March looks like this. And the sales matrix for April, we just determined in part A, looks like that. So 9 plus 6 is 15. 12 plus 9 is 21. And I'll finish adding the corresponding entries now. And that is the total sales matrix for the 2-month period. Okay, part C. Write a matrix that represents the change in sales from March to April. Okay, so here we want to take the total sales in April and subtract the total sales from March. That will give you the change in sales from March to April. So here's the total sales matrix for April. Here's the total sales matrix for March. And now we can subtract the corresponding entries. So 6 minus 9, that would be -3. 9 minus 12 is -3. And I will finish subtracting the entries now. And notice that the solution makes sense because from March to April, the new Switch sales and the new PS4 sales decreased by 3, and the used Switch sales did increase by 2, and the used PS4 sales didn't change at all. So this is the correct solution.